Encyclopedia Brown, Boy Detective. The Case of Merko's Grandson. But first, the solution to last week's case, the case of the Civil War sword. As soon as he read the words on the blade, Encyclopedia knew the sword was a fake. The two clues were the words Bull Run and First. Jackson's men, being Southerners, would have called the battle by the South's name for it, the Battle of Manassas. Bull Run was the name given to the battle by the North. Also, the sword was supposed to have been given to Stonewall Jackson in August 1861. No one could have known then that there would be another battle on the same spot the next year in 1862. Only after both battles had been fought would anyone have used the word first to describe the battle fought in 1861. And now, the case of Merko's grandson. Bugs Meany and his tigers liked to spend rainy afternoons in their clubhouse. Usually they sat around thinking up ways of getting even with Encyclopedia Brown, but today they had met for another purpose, to cheer the boy detective on. Encyclopedia and Sally Kimball were about to meet in a battle of brains. The tigers hated Sally even more than they hated Encyclopedia, and with good reason. When Sally had moved into the neighborhood 2 months ago, the tigers jumped to show off for her. She was very pretty, and she was very good at sports. In fact, she got up a team of 5th grade girls and challenged the tigers to a game of softball. The boys thought it was a big joke, till Sally started striking them out. She was the whole team. In the last inning, she hit the home run that won for the girls, 1-0. But the real blow fell on the tigers the next day. Bugs was bullying a small boy when Sally happened to ride by on her bicycle. "Let him go," she ordered, hopping to the ground. Bugs snarled. The snarl changed to a gasp as Sally broke his grip on the boy. Before the other tigers knew what to do, Sally had knocked their leader down with a quick left to the jaw. Bugs bounced up, surprised and angry. He pushed Sally. She hit again with a right to the jaw. Bugs said, "Ooh," and went down again. For the next 30 seconds, Bugs bounced up and down like a beach ball. By the 4th bounce, he was getting up a lot more slowly than he was going down. "I'm gonna make you sorry," he said. But his voice was weak, and he wore the sick smile of a boy who had taken one too many ride on a roller coaster. "So," said Sally. She moved her feet and took careful aim. "This," she said, aiming another blow, "should take the frosting off you." Bugs landed on his back, flat as a cheese sandwich. Not until Sally had ridden away did he dare get up. Sally was not content to rest on her victories at softball and fighting. She aimed higher. She set out to prove she was not only stronger than any boy up to 12 years of age in Idaville, but smarter too. That meant outthinking the thinking machine, Encyclopedia Brown. The great battle of brains took place in the Tigers' clubhouse. The two champions, seated on orange crates, faced each other. The Tigers crowded behind Encyclopedia. The girls' softball team crowded behind Sally. That left just enough room in the tool shed to think. Everyone stopped talking when Peter Clinton, the referee, announced the rules. "Sally has 5 minutes to tell a mystery. She must give all the clues. Then Encyclopedia will have 5 minutes to solve the mystery. Ready, you two? Ready, said the girl champion. Ready, said Encyclopedia, closing his eyes. Go, called Peter, eyes on his watch. Sally began to tell the story. The Great Merco was the best trapeze artist the world had ever seen. People in every big city were thrilled by the wonderful performer swinging 50 feet above the ground. In the year 1922, Merko died at the very height of fame. In Merko's desk was found a letter. It was a will written by the circus star. The will directed that the star's money be put in a bank for 40 years. After 40 years, the money was to be taken out and given to Merko's oldest grandson. If no grandson was alive, all the money was to go to Merko's nearest relative, man or woman. 40 years passed. The search was begun. At last a man was found in Kansas City who said he was Merko's grandson. His name was Fred Gibson. He went to court to claim his inheritance. While the judge was listening to him, a tall woman in the back of the courtroom jumped up. She was very excited. The woman said she was the trapeze artist's grandniece. She kept shouting that the Great Merco was not Fred Gibson's grandfather. Therefore, the money was rightfully hers. The judge questioned the woman. He had to agree with what she said. She was Merko's grandniece, and the Great Merco was not Fred Gibson's grandfather. Now, concluded Sally, who got Merko's money? The tall woman or Fred Gibson? Sally wore a smile of triumph as she looked at Encyclopedia. The tool shed was still. The boys looked at their shoes. Had Sally beaten them again? Had Encyclopedia met his master? Encyclopedia had 5 short minutes to solve the brain twister. Slowly, the minutes ticked away. 1, 2, 3, 4. Encyclopedia stirred on his orange crate. He opened his eyes. He smiled at Sally. You told it very cleverly, he said. I nearly said the wrong person. But the answer is really quite simple. Encyclopedia rose to leave. The Great Merco's money went to Fred Gibson. Why did Encyclopedia say that? Come back next Sunday for the solution to the case of Merko's grandson. And a new case, the case of the bank robber. That's next Sunday. See you then.